Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How are you today? Well, kids, we got a lot to talk about, and I'm not just saying that. I am. It's nuts here. So, you know me, grab your coffee, chocolate. You know, I'm going to the store today. You know Target and Walmart. Well, maybe not so much Walmart because I don't know if they put their stuff in the back and restock it or whatever for next year. But I know Target's, their stuff's going to be 50% off today. So guess who's going where? So, okay. So, you know, grab whatever you have left. You know, even if you get your kids candy and start snacking on that. That's terrible, isn't it? Not really. So, all right. So the first thing that we're going to talk about, speaking of chocolate, I'm going to go there. All right. Because some bitch thought they were going to be funny. All right. Lab grown. Lab grown chocolate. I know. I know. Don't even say it. If you're getting verklempt. But listen, because a lot of us, we all stock up on chocolate. Why? Because it's a prepping for normalcy thing, right? Hi, Stormy Bug. It's a prepping for normalcy thing. You know, if there's a grid down situation or an SHTF situation, what's the one thing that calms us all down? It's not just our morning cup, okay? It's a comfort food. And the one thing that's a comfort food for a lot of us is chocolate. So, you know, now, okay, they want to do lab grown coffee. Hateful. Now they want to do lab grown chocolate. Shameful. What? Okay, so plant-based and lab-grown meat, as well as alternatives to dairy-based cheese and milk, I know, have scored the attention of entrepreneurs and investors in recent years as the real thing, right? That turns out to often have huge impact on, of course, animals, the climate, and humans. Does it though? So, but another sector, the global chocolate industry, has amassed its own share of critics for many years. First, there's the effects of chocolate has on both land and climate change. Jesus Christmas. Help me. Help me understand. Because I can't. Global makers of this popular confection have also long before been in the crosshairs of human rights activists who say the industry is a huge driver of human rights violations, including child slavery and forced labor. Who are they referring to? Oompa Loompas? Give me a break. Some players within the sector are responding in kind. Companies and NGOs have partners on projects in attempts to minimize any environmental impact. Smaller firms have also promised tactics such as using fair trade, cacao, and cocoa beans, sourcing only organic beans, or buying only single origin ingredients to reduce any impacts on people and the planet. One such company has even said that it strives to be regenerative instead of extractive. Meanwhile, other companies are seeking piecemeal approaches to making chocolate that is more sustainable, as in rolling out vegan options. I can't. I can't. I don't want to. You can't make me. I'm going to sit every single night in front of my TV, and I'm going to eat as much Reese's peanut butter cups as I friggin' want. And you can't stop me. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that fucking Kit Kat bar. All right? Don't touch my chocolate. Don't touch my coffee. And leave my cheese alone, too. Because I eat cheese like a son of a bitch. Stop it. I'm getting pissy. All right. Now. Woosah. So, all right. I'm going to be putting a lot of links in the description box, okay, so you guys can have your references, okay? But I'm only going to read from one link, only because, you know, I don't like the fact that my videos are getting too long, okay? So here's one for you, okay? Australia, okay, and one of my subscribers from Australia, their bank accounts are now being frozen. And she sent me a link. It's a Twitter link to, you know, so you guys can have your references, okay? So they're refusing to buy countries' bonds now. The Royal Bank of Australia, or RBA, has sent the financial world into spasms today by refusing to buy its own country's bonds. Heading into Thursday's session, markets were expanding the RBA to buy the April 2024 bond in order to contain the recent blowout in yields, which had moved far beyond the central bank's official 0.1% objective in the past day. However, the central bank shocked traders when it decided against buying any of the target bond. Not only will the move fuel expectations for central bank Governor Lowe to entertain the idea of an earlier rate hike, but it will reprice the entire short end of the Australian yield curve, which will soon pancake in preparation for the coming inversion, which in turn will lead to shock waves that will be felt in Europe and in the US as soon as tomorrow, pouring even more fuel on the recent short end fire that today sent the US 2Y above 50 BPS and was at 0.52 at last check moments ago, okay? So, you know, like I said, I don't know how many times before, when something happens, especially in Australia, it's like a trickle effect, and it will affect us. It will come here. So, you know. Now, on to this thing that I kept, you know, being told about over and over again with, excuse me, with the ISIS-K and everything else, okay? And there's quite a few things that I have here that, like I said, I'll you know, discuss one of the links, but I'll just leave the multiple links in the description box below so you guys can have your references, okay? Now, police in Northern Virginia, okay, are increasing their presence around shopping malls. Now, like I said yesterday, like down here, our malls are obsolete. They're literally closing down. They don't even have like the big chains anymore in any of the malls, like Penny's, Sears, Macy's. None of them are even in the stores anymore, or sorry, in the malls anymore. You can't even get these guys to go in strip malls anymore. They're obsolete because nobody goes to malls anymore, at least here. I mean, nothing. It's crazy. Like in the 90s, yeah, sure. I mean, these malls were hopping, but nothing now, nothing, right? So, and high volume roads and transit areas in response to a purported threat. So, when they say high volume roads, okay, so like here in Florida, right? One of the high volume roads. And if you've ever even been to Florida, okay, the high volume road here is called Highway 19. And they even have bumper stickers that people can put on their cars, say, pray for me, I drive on Highway 19. Because this is literally the most dangerous highway, from what I understand, in all of America. Yeah. And I literally drive on this road all the time. So that, in my opinion, is called a high volume road. Now, are they talking like bridges as well? Is that what would be considered a high volume road? You know, like in Tampa, we've got, oh my gosh, like the Skyway Bridge and, you know, stuff like that. Del Mabry is another high volume road. So, I mean, I know I'm not talking North Virginia here, but I don't know anything about Virginia. So, you know, for those of you that live in Virginia, tell me what would be considered your high volume roads, you know, in an email or in the comment section. And is this where you're seeing your police presence at? So a law enforcement source told CBS News that the recent threat against the mall in North Virginia this Halloween weekend originated from ISIS. It is the basis for law enforcement sensitive alert that was issued. Out of an abundance of caution, Fairfax County Police Chief said his department is ready to respond if the threat materializes. Chief Kevin Davis said he learned of the threat through regional intelligence partners in the last 24 hours. While he wouldn't describe it in detail, said his department is responding in kind. We have ramped up our presence at places where people shop, at places where people recreate, gather, dine. It's our responsibility to do that. We routinely do this. Okay, but my question is, if they're going to like Virginia, okay, Northern Virginia, okay, Fairfax County, I'm guessing, is like your largest county. So what about like the largest counties here in Florida and other states? Like our largest county would either be here in Hillsborough, because Tampa, over in Orlando, like where my parents live. How about Dade? That's Miami. Okay, like you would think that you would put, you know, the police presence would be large in like the largest, like where all like the tourist attractions would be. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm just trying to piece things together in my head. He said we have Fairfax County officers expect to be on high alert through around the holidays too, but is more reason to be cautious going into next week. We have an election coming up on Tuesday. where we'll have increased patrols throughout the next several days out of an abundance of caution, because that's what we do as public safety agency. The Arlington County Police Department said they had heard the nonspecific unconfirmed threat to shopping centers. They recommend that shoppers remain attentive while going about their normal routine, especially in large crowds of people. Arlington police said they will be deploying additional police in the county for the weekend. Prince William County police said they are aware of the reports and will be working with fellow law enforcement agencies in the area to share information. While we have not received any credible information of a threat, we do ask our community to remain vigilant while we continue working with our law enforcement partners to ensure everyone remains safe. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office said, while nothing about the threat is specific to the county, it will collaborate with local, regional, state, and federal law enforcement partners while expanding patrols in high visibility locations. The Leesburg Police Department added that residents should report any suspicious activity by call 911. Yeah. Now I'm going to have to talk to Sean when he comes home, because you know he works for Homeland Security. So, but see, a lot of stuff that he can't even talk about. So, but there's briefings every morning, and before he leaves to come home and stuff like that. So, I'm going to see if he's heard anything from his brothers in like Virginia, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Not his blood brothers, but brothers, officers in Virginia. You know what I mean? Seeing what they're doing. All right. That's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Stay safe, stay positive, keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.